The new war season is here, and with the new war season comes a new defense tactic. Now, we're going to be talking about that as we go along in this video, but too long didn't read. Essentially, if you gain a buff and that buff expires, well, the defender is going to enter in a state of invisibility for 4 seconds unless you intercept. All right, so today we're using Ghost for all of our fights. Actually, we're using Hood for one fight as well, and it is the first war of the season. So that old curse of dying in the first war, it may have reared its ugly head, but we'll get to that when we get there. Up first, we have a Mole Man on path 9. It has been a very, very long time since I've used Ghost in war. I used Spidey quite literally all 12 wars last season and 11 out of 12 wars the season prior, and I believe I used Hercules mainly that one war that I didn't use Spidey. So Spidey has been my main attacker for a very long time now. Spoiler alert, in war number 2, we're back to Spidey. Whenever he's not banned, he's going to be my guy, right? But I forgot how ridiculous Ghost is on Hazard Shift. She is just absolutely bonkers, man, whenever she can do this. So up next, we have Miles Morales. Now, Miles Morales, you know, with Ghost, you usually want to go for the special 2, right? But with Miles, he's going to go ahead and miss that entire unblockable special 2, so we're not going to do that at all, right? So here we're gonna pop a little bit of health potions in here. Probably should have just used the combat regen boost, but we were rolling along, right? And he is a global defender, so essentially I have to really watch the buffs that I'm gaining here. So I'm really going to be doing a lot of phase intercepting here. Going to try my best not to trigger Dex, and if I do, I'm going to intercept to remove it, okay? So Miles has a very small health pool, as you can see, where we're starting off hitting very, very hard. We got the indestructible because we got to a bar of power. Cool, right? I'm going to go ahead and try and phase his entire special 1. That way I don't gain any buffs. Boom, go right in on the third one. And I'm at a special 3, and that's pretty much going to ice the fight right there. The special 3, as you can see, we've gained 0 buffs throughout the entire fight. Well, there's one buff, but it's nowhere near expiring. That cruelty, that's kind of what you want to do with this global, depending on who you're using, of course. If you have a way to counter miss, you know, there's a really great attack tactic this season and next season that pretty much makes like 20 champions immune to buffs, which is a very, very, very strong tactic. But that is the first part of section 1. Let's keep it moving. Up next, we have Mordo on Mixmaster here. So we've taken this fight many times in the past. I actually prefer this with Spidey over with Ghost, but Ghost is obviously really amazing for it. Mordo is a global defender, so I do have to watch the buffs here as well. So when it comes to stuff like his special 1 and his special 2, right, when I'm going to be dexing those 2 special attacks, let's watch this part. This is really funny. So heavy attack, right? Parry. He dexes my heavy. He intercepts my heavy with his special 2, and the soul barb ticks me down. Now, looking back at it, probably should have, like, you know, phased and used the Hood synergy to go ahead and get rid of some of that damage. But I saw how it was ticking. I was like, okay, that's gonna be fine. I'm not too concerned with it at all. Here he's got the power gain. Gonna go for the heavy attack again, immediately into baiting the special 2, medium, special 2 of my own, and this is going to ice the fight pretty much right there. So that little pro gamer AI move there from the defender was a lot of fun. Was definitely a lot of fun. But it's all good. We're gonna heal up Ghost. It's gonna just take one of these level 5 potions. Cool. It's a solid like 65,000 loyalty or equivalent, something like that, maybe even more. But that's all good. We're gonna move on to Sasquatch now. Now, we've taken the Sasquatch many times with Spidey, and you guys know I don't love doing this fight with Spidey. Let's see what happens with Ghost here. We're taking a lot of fights that we take often with Spidey, but with the Ghost. So I have 150% tech boost on. I have a 20% green boost on. I don't want to boost too big because I don't want to be shooting up to special 3s. So it's always, you know, teetering on the balance of boosting just enough with Ghost so that you can chain special 2s back to back, or special 2 into special 1 when you need that as well. All right, so Sasquatch is a global defender. I am keeping my eye on my I think he's a global defender, right? Is he not? But anyway, let's watch into the fight. Special 2 into special 1. I have an indestructible boost on. If he went for a special 3, cool, doesn't matter, right? So yeah, that was pretty much the play. The play was push him to special 3, and if he throws it, he throws it. Not the biggest deal in the world. He'd heal a little bit. cool. He would also give us power, and we would go ahead and just nuke him with the power that he gives us. So Ghost, definitely really good for that. She was always banned, right, the past 2 seasons, so we were not able to send Ghost to that Sasquatch, but here we're back on path 9. Hazard Shift again, a different one. This is Shock and Bleed Hazard Shift. Dr. Doom is not a global defender here, so it's going to be a very easy clap against Dr. Doom with Ghost. Like, absolutely nothing, man. Ghost is so beyond broken, man. It's really, truly nuts. You know, many people are in the camp of like Kitty Pryde has replaced Ghost, but there's still this type of thing, man. This is still Ghost Playground, seriously. So we have Bishop here. Dr. Doom and Bishop, probably the 2 best defenders to place on path 9 for varying reasons. But when Ghost isn't banned, it's just like, there's just not much they can do. Both of those fights were less than 20 seconds. They were about 15 seconds each before we got to the special 2. And I wasn't even running imagine if I was running a Power Start 1 boost. It would be even faster, right? Up next, we got my favorite fight of the war. This wasn't initially my fight, but it was supposed to be Horseman Archangel. But we were like, hey, do we think Hood might be better? And I was like, probably. So we're going to go in with Hood, put on a Power Start 1. The strat is just get to Special 2 as soon as I possibly can. I'm going to start Invisible, which is great because there's Rich Get Richer power here. So he's not going to be gaining power from his Fury buff because we have the same amount of buffs. And now I actually have more buffs than him because of the Fate Seal. So I'm actually going to be gaining power, as you can see, naturally, right? So that's really cool. Phase most of the Special 2, Stun Immune, right? We got Parry, that's totally cool. And now we're gonna put the phase up. We get 2 hits to the phase, boom. That was a sweet fight, man. That was pretty sweet. Definitely pretty sweet. Look at this. Oh, how about that lag, man? If I went to Dex that, no way. I wouldn't have been able to, because watch the lag. Ready? So look, bam, right there. You see? I say all the time, you know, when I was using Spidey in all my videos, I was like, the reason why I like to keep them below bar power is because I find that only in Alliance War and Battlegrounds now, when they use a special attack, there's lag during the special attack. This doesn't happen to me in questing, in AQ, anywhere where I'm not fighting against somebody else's defender. It's only in live game modes like AW and Battlegrounds that this happens, and it's very often on projectiles, which are the worst ones to Dex. Watch at right before the 3rd beam. So Dex, what is that? If I was going to Dex these, I wouldn't have been able to Dex that last hit. So that's why I loved Hood for this, very much so, right? That could have messed up with Archangel, but yeah, regardless, let's move on. We have 2 more fights left. So we got our Mango Eggnog. Of course, the tradition continues. I believe this is now like 25 wars in a row fighting Bangkok in war. We're going to be going with Ghost here, right? We thought about this one for a bit. We figured Ghost was the best option. Ghost with power back boost. I was thinking 150%. We'll see how that works out. Okay, so Ghost obviously really good. I had 2 options here: Power Start 1 Nuke or Invulnerability and play Super Duper Safe. I went with the Nuke option. Okay, so here we go. Boom, my power is like a little bit low there. I was like, okay, probably should have went for the 200%, but that's okay. I'm not really too concerned with it here. I see he's about to get the 2 bars of power. I'm like, okay, let's finish this off. Boom, Special 2. I'm like, all right, okay, 12% health, Special 1, we're good. We could have taken off 5 to 6% more health, but for the future, Ghost versus Mangog on 54, which I'm sure I'll take again in the future, should be a 200% tech boost. So that was a nice learning experience there. All right. So we have 1 more fight, and yeah, we have left 49 up. We left Hazard Shift up. I fought this guy a bunch the past few seasons with Spidey. I'm feeling, you know, okay about going in here with Ghost, especially with Hazard Shift up. You know, the global is something to keep in mind here, along with his natural falter too, okay? Also, when he uses a special attack, right, or like once he gets to his buff thingy, I don't know what his things are called, here he has a vigilance, right? So when he gets to his 5 buffs, when he has 4 armor ups, he gets a vigilance. That's totally something to keep in mind. Right here, boom. Mystic Dispersion triggered. I could have intercepted there, I could have gotten rid of it, but I wanted to just play it safe. That's what I'm doing here, okay? So we're playing it safe. I see no vigilance. He intercepts me because of the falter that went on me. Great. Super duper great. That's really awesome, but I see our health pools. I'm like, okay, his is lower than mine. So far, I think we're okay. I don't have a dexterity buff. I feel good to go for the special 2 here. And now, here comes his special 2. Probably should have phased that. But we got the dexterity buff going. Gonna watch out, Mystic Dispersion, get rid of that. We're good to go. Oh my god. And we didn't get hit by the global phase, but his actual falter got us not once, but twice in that fight, which is just very unfortunate. Super duper unfortunate, but we're gonna go back in. We're gonna finish it off. Darn shame, man. That was totally our fault on both times. You know, first time with the global here, I was so focused on keeping that under control that his natural falter just kind of went out the window for me. And look at that. One more special 1 and he was just dead. And that's pretty much where we were at when we died. But hey, man, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Sigh. Yeah, so that's it for war number 1. New global. Nice to have something new. It's a little annoying with the miss and everything, but hey, man, so excited to have something new. About to go record the second war. The second war is fun. We had a Rintra boss, Spidey action again, 600,000 health Rintra boss, so that's definitely a fun one. Make sure you check it out. Hit the like button, subscribe button, comment what you think about that Super-Skrull in the comment section below and that Nova lag. And yeah, man, I'll be seeing you around.